Hi guys, welcome back to another video today. Today we are looking at this guy. Now I hope to God I'm saying this name right. It's UmiDigi on Amazon. This is their wireless rechargeable Bluetooth speaker. We're just going to nip over to the Amazon listing page now and I'll show you some of the details.
As we can see, I have the listing up now. I'm just going to point out that obviously the price of this speaker is $25.99. It is down from $36.99, as you can see just there, which, you know, it's a pretty fair price. So in this description part here, it says that you have two dual 10-watt drivers, which do output some pretty decent sound from my testing. Bluetooth 4.0. The actual casing of this speaker is crafted in aluminium alloy, which should help protect it from dings and dents and scratches. You do have a built-in microphone as well, so obviously if you have your phone connected to it, you can actually answer phone calls without needing to disconnect from the speaker. That is a feature that I personally really do like, and I have used several times myself. The 8-hour battery life in the description there. When I took this out of the box, I managed to get 7.5 hours out of it, and that was with no pre-charge beforehand. So I find the 8-hour claim fairly reasonable. You got two colour options down here as well. So you've got gold, which is the one that I'll be reviewing today, and you also have a grey colour. Now I chose the gold one because I personally think it's a little bit more unique. You see black and grey Bluetooth speakers all the time, so a change in the colour is quite nice. So if we go down to the actual description, as I said, it is crafted out of aluminium alloy, which will help keep it nice and secure. It's ultra portable, so you've got 6 inches long, 2.8 inches tall, so it's much better for travelling and going on hiking trips and so on. Superior sound quality, louder volume, 10-watt dual drivers, as I mentioned before. Bluetooth 4.0, so obviously you can connect your device to the speaker and be up to 33 feet away and it will still play fine. And you also do have the 3.5mm audio jack at the back as well, and they do include the audio cable as well. So yeah, it's a fairly robust speaker. It's fairly competitive as well, comparing it to some of the other speakers. So now what we're going to do is we're going to nip back to the unboxing and just give you a demonstration of what this speaker can do.
Alright, so now you've seen the specs, let's crack this baby open and see what she can do. One thing I do want to say, this packaging is actually quite nice. As you can see, it's plain black, but it does have this very subtle Umi logo there. Makes quite the nice packaging for a gift if you was going to give it to somebody. So let's get in and see what this guy can do. So straight out of the bat, this is one of the contents that you get inside, but you know what we do with them here. So that's it for the box. As you can see, the inside of the box is actually coated with this padding there, which keeps the speaker nice and ready. You could actually repurpose this box and use it for something else, like cables or, you know, something like that. So in this little part here, you obviously get the micro USB cable for recharging there. So as you can see, we've got the 3.5mm audio cable there. It's nice they actually included that, because some of the manufacturers now, they aren't including these anymore. So this is the actual speaker. Now this is the champagne gold colour. So as you can see, it is quite small. I mean, if we compare this to the size of my iPad mini, for example, it's actually shorter than the iPad mini, but yeah, I mean, it's not very heavy, feels quite light. It's got this rubberized pad on the bottom, so when you've got it on your desk it can't move, which I like. Again, it's got that very subtle Umi logo just there. So as you can see, up the top we have the play pause button, and this is the up and down buttons. Now on the back you obviously have the port for the 3.5mm audio cable, and obviously the micro USB for recharging. So now what we're going to do is we're going to crack this open and then see just what it sounds like. Okay, so when you actually power this on, you just hold this button down.
Bluetooth speaker is power on. Bluetooth. Waiting for connection.
So now I'm just going to go into my device and pair with it. So when this shows up in your Bluetooth settings, it will show up as UmiBTS1. I'm just connecting to that now.
Bluetooth is connected.
And obviously once it pairs, you'll obviously get that message. Now we're just going to play out a sample song and see how we do. Okay, so I've got this paired up to my my phone now, as you saw just before. So I'm just going to play a song now so you can get an idea of what this sounds like. Okay, so as you can see, it sounds quite good. That wasn't even up at maximum volume. The bass is quite good, treble was quite good. For such a small Bluetooth speaker, actually it does output some actual decent sound. That was, as I said just a minute ago, that was not at maximum volume. There was still another 2 more settings to go up, but obviously there's not much point me maxing it out because the camera's not going to display the true sound. This actually is a pretty good speaker for what you get. I mean, the price you're paying, it's not bad. When this is actually on and connected to a device, you do get a very subtle blue light flash in there to let you know. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to end the video here, and then I'll come back on and tell you my review of this after a couple of weeks of use. Okay guys, so it's been a couple of days since I actually filmed the first part of this review. I've had this now with me a couple of days when going into work. I've used it for obviously listening to music. I had a couple of audio books playing through this as well when I was actually doing some work as well. I'm actually really impressed with this. It's really small, which means it can fit inside my case quite well. I've not really noticed carrying it around. It's not really that heavy either. I mean, this rubber mat on the bottom here does a really good job at sticking to the surface. This is actually a lot easier for me to carry around than my other Bluetooth speakers, because it's a lot smaller and it's a lot more compact, which means I'm able to carry this a lot more easily. It sounds just as good as any other Bluetooth speaker I've received in for review, if not a little bit better. The treble, it does tend to die down a little bit on some songs, but it's not really noticeable, and for the price, you know, I can't really complain. This champagne gold colour has actually got quite a few comments. People seem to like it, so that's one plus as well. Overall, this is actually a very good quality speaker, and I'm actually going to be using this when I travel more often because of the size and obviously the sound. So yeah, that is the UmiDigi Bluetooth speaker, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.